Is it recording? Oh
yeah.
Okay, so let's just pause and we take a picture as they like. Okay. So I'm actually talking about we haven't even discussed.
Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about.
Wait, we didn't introduce ourselves. Okay, first of all, let's discuss what we're talking about. Should we pause this thing, please? Pause it. Hi guys.
Hey people.
Welcome back to our channel. It's 2/3 of Era Meta Ato here. Abby and
We're missing Afama because she's out there getting her bag.
getting paid.
She's working.
The rest of us are bums, clearly. So
I mean, I have a job. I'm just not going to be. I also not have a job though.
well, definitely I will soon have a job.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're back and today we're bringing you a sort of how we met / college chit chat.
Yeah.
So basically we both went to the same
Or I
university.
guess uni for
University, college, uni. We went to the same university in the States, and so we're going to talk about, each of us are going to say 2 things that we liked about the experience and one thing that we didn't like quite as much, and tie in how we met with that.
Yeah.
So how did we meet?
Actually, Abby was the first Nigerian I spoke to. FOB Michigan. She was an orientation leader person. Yeah. By the way guys, my voice is gone because I did the most. Sis been turning the hell up.
I have been doing the most this weekend, so that's why I can't speak. Anyway.
Yeah, I have a little bass in my voice as well. Which, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so she was an orientation leader. I actually, I met Tasha first. She welcomed me down from the bus.
So yeah, like basically orientation leader or whatever, when new students come in, your job was to welcome them. We had like talks to orient them as to what it was like. We were specifically for international students, so all the students coming from abroad. We would like have skits and talks, and we would help them set up bank. We would, you know, just help them adjust to what's the culture like here, what to expect, you know, help them register for their first classes, all that kind of stuff. So, and I was on that team. It was my second year, or it was coming in. Yeah,
I was coming as a freshman. She was in her sophomore year. And then turns out when we got into rooms, we were on the same floor.
We were beside each other. Like my room was here, her room was here. So
so that was nice actually. What's there to say about that? I mean, it was like, for me coming in, Lord, this would be one of the things I liked about the experience, which was I'm very iffy when it comes to making friends. I'm not the most social person, so I mean, it was a horrible experience knowing that I was going to have to do, because I knew like maybe 2 people at that school before getting there, and none of them were around when I landed. So like I knew, by the way,
the school we went to was not your typical school where a lot of Nigerians are.
No.
Like they were, maybe it was really small.
Yeah, we're like 5,000 students in total.
And like 20 of them were Nigerian.
Yeah.
Maybe like
literally. There were a lot of internationals.
Yeah, just not from Nigeria.
Yeah. So I mean, the orientation process alone, I already know that this was going to be hell, because like, it was so many people and I had to socialize to some extent, and that was like my first time doing it on my own, because usually I'll just make friends through my friends, but this time, I mean, I'm not even going to lie, I didn't make friends during orientation. Only my roommate.
You did though, Grace Jung.
Yeah, only my roommates. Grace Jung, I love you if you ever watch this, because
Baby J,
you such like,
so sweet.
I appreciate you. Like, you have no idea how much you did in my life. But like, she was the only one that I spoke to, and that's because she was genuinely interested in like whatever I had to say. I didn't go for a lot of orientation activities because there was just so much anxiety. Like I couldn't stand the pressure. But then Abby, on the other hand, this one was talking to any and everyone.
I mean, that was my job, but I'm also
no, but naturally,
her,
like that's why I never got that job, because I had to. But
I'm an extrovert, like,
and you guys have no idea, like that first year, how many people thought I was Abby. I'm just walking through campus and they're like, Abuama, hey Abby, and I'm just like,
which we don't even look alike. Which, granted, our weights were more similar at the time, but it was a predominantly white university.
Yeah.
And you know how just like, if you're not, so in some ways I don't really blame them, because you know, if you're not used to seeing Asian faces, all Asians just kind of look very similar.
They actually look kind of the same till I got to Calvin school.
Yeah, I got into K-pop before I got into school. Yeah. But I remember like first watching my first K-pop video and being like, I mean, I can tell they're all different, but like the next video I would know. I just wouldn't know who.
You have to get used to like features and stuff.
So it would,
it was understandable that they would like mistake us for each other. But what I liked was that I was forced to mix with people over time and really just understand the process of meeting new people and making it seem very scientific. But like now, if I'm in a crowd and someone walks up to me, to an extent I can hold a conversation, as opposed to like before I left Nigeria, I won't have done that. I would just like sit down and not even be bothered about anything. But like that was one of the good things about that experience, like getting to know people and just saying like making friends might be hard, but it's worth it. You know, I have this pain in the butt with me all the time.
Means angel of her life.
Oh, that's a stretch. You are
reason for her existence.
Oh, okay. Change, switch. What's one thing you like?
One thing I liked about the experience was, I think the college we went to had just really good people. I mean, even starting from like our orientation thing, there was just so many good people. Like I left with forever friends, and granted like I'm an extrovert whatever, but even Aura who wasn't, there's just like so many key people that you met that are just going to be in your life forever. And it was people from all over the world too, which I thought was so cool. Like my best friends ended up being like Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans, Koreans, people from the Philippines, from Thailand, from Zambia.
Shout out to you.
She knows herself. There was the one Zambian.
Yeah. Literally.
So she knows. But literally just like people from everywhere. So like I got a high off of orientation, because I was just like meeting people from all these countries that were all just like so interesting and cool. And it didn't end there. They were like just really quality people that I feel like made the 4 years like incredible until today. Like even if it's once a year, I'll still like randomly call up my friend who's all the way in like Indonesia, and we'll just like chat for 3 hours. And so that was really good.
Yeah, so should we say the one thing you don't like and then end on a good note?
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So what I didn't like, well, there's like two sides to it. One was the school was in a bubble, to be honest, because a lot of so it was predominantly white, and a lot of the white kids there grew up in the same town, went to the same high schools and stuff. So it's like a lot of them hadn't experienced what it was like to leave that place, so they all had this like ideas. And I mean, it was nice to see that people existed in that like mindset, but at the same time it was like, yes, that's why I said it's like two sides to it, because the good side is I'm here to give you an experience of what you've never had before. But then again, it's like I sat down in my African American lit class and people were meant to say like their backgrounds and how it makes them unique or diverse, and this girl was saying like, yeah, she's come to our school where there's a lot of internationals, so she gets to meet people from other cultures. So I feel like that's her first interaction with certain ethnicities and certain people that she probably have never gotten to meet. So that's like the good side of it. But the downside is like after a year, it's like I'm used to your culture, I'm used to who you are. If you guys aren't traveling, how are you adding to my story? Like, what else are you giving to me apart from the fact that you're just from here? I've already assimilated into your culture. Like, I can speak like you do. I'm eating all the things you do. I'm going all the places you're going. I'm apple picking. What else are you? Like, so it ended up being like me traveling all the time, coming back and like, hey, I did this, I did that, and just like, that's nice. I'm like, yes, what did you do? Like, what am I learning from you?
I'd say the thing I didn't like, again, like, I'm a pretty positive person, so I liked a lot of it, and even the bad parts, like, there were good sides, whatever. Like, I'd say the thing I didn't like was, I think I didn't, it was, like she was saying, it's a bubble, but then that wasn't just, like, kind of people who were there, it was also, like, the location. Like, I went to school in Michigan, and, oh my, first of all, winter.
I actually loved winter. I miss it with my whole heart. Like, I would rather freeze to death than burn. I think that's it.
No.
Like, I even hated summer when I was so okay. My perfect is fall, like perfect season.
Yeah, I love fall. Fall is doable.
I don't mind winter.
To be honest, I just really hate being cold, and I don't mind winter if it's like, you know, December. You know, we have a white Christmas.
Not like Michigan winter.
Michigan winter begins in October, can end in June. If it pleases. 6 months of the year in winter.
Overdoing it.
I really do it most. Michigan. So I was just like, I remember my first year I was actually depressed, and like I didn't understand that it was linked to the weather. And I just remember like literally the first day of spring walking out of like some class in like science building. Like, I remember clearly, and like literally I felt my vibration rise. Like I was like, oh my word,
so this is
what has, because like the sun was out, everybody was in like dresses, and
this
like,
is what's been
sitting
missing
on the lawn, and I was just like, I've just been missing sun. I'm not like actually depressed like because of any serious thing happening. Like I'm just with the weather. So like that was a struggle, like just the gloom of, but I mean it got better after my first year because I knew to expect it. I knew what to look for. But yeah, just like location, Michigan is really cute and really beautiful, but it's just like a very sort of like secluded parts of America. Like for example, at our school there were almost no African Americans. There were very few, so I feel like I didn't get Native Americans too. So I didn't get to interact with like that side of the culture, which like if I had gone to Atlanta or some of them more like
Atlanta,
ATL. Hey. Actually, nobody calls it ATL apparently. Only people who are not from ATL call it ATL. But
Triple D, dirty Dallas.
I don't know why we act like this, because we didn't see all those places. Literally.
I never went to that.
I have a cousin in Atlanta, so I claim Atlanta. You know, I
have friends down there too.
I used to go for Christmas.
Shout out to you, B.
I claim Atlanta. So anyway, but if we'd gone to like a more like bustling, and even the city where we're in was like really small and like just like cute. So
yeah, because I mean Michigan is bigger than Detroit.
Right, so we weren't in Detroit.
For those who think it's just
some other small
once town. I say it's in Michigan, Detroit. Like, no. We're in like a really small scenic, it was a really beautiful,
it was pretty, like, and there's like a lot of like, I don't know, like breweries and like,
yeah, it was really slow,
yeah,
but then it was like it was opening up,
and I think for some people it was a big city, but coming from Lagos it was like Calabar. Do you understand?
No, Calabar is even like
that. It was
just somewhere.
It wasn't even. Yeah. So I think like I missed that. But I mean, we would go to Chicago when we needed like a big city fix, because Chicago was
someone like me, I'll probably go like one time to once. Right.
But I think it would have been cool to have had like an experience, like maybe if your school was downtown, was more diverse in terms of like, you know, Americans at the school. There were a lot of international students.
I always think about the Americans how different that would have been.
Right. Like if we'd gone to school in Chicago, it would have been such a different experience. So we've said one thing we didn't like, and then you were talking about this thing we liked.
Yeah, we said the two things we don't like.
And then
so we're finishing with likes.
Like, yeah.
So this is hard, picking just one thing.
Right.
The experience in general, I think, was just being forced to be open-minded non-stop, because you're not in a place where you grew up. I mean, I traveled as a kid, so I was used to seeing all the cultures. You know how Nigerians travel? Like, you go to your auntie's house, you used to. Yeah.
It's not like you are.
So you're used to like seeing those places but you're not in the culture.
Nigerian.
Like, but now you're literally like immersed. You have to think like they do, because a number of like papers you have to do or tests are really based on their culture. It's like something about baseball, and in my mind I'm like, I never
even football. I don't really know like that.
No, I mean, like,
baseball.
Exactly. So there's like a lot of things that you have to do extra time on, and it was stressful. By the end of the day, it like really helped my thinking. I mean, even like the school alone, they pushed you to think,
girl,
a lot.
That's actually my own thing.
However, whether you're thinking good or bad, it was welcomed. As long as you're thinking, they're here for it. So that was nice. And for me, it was also, I went to a liberal arts school.
Oh, I was gonna say that. She's saying all my points.
I'm sorry.
No.
So it's just like how broad the knowledge base is, and from theology to, I mean, my best class was an elective. It was an African American literature class. I learned so much. Like, I took it because I was interested in the whole, like, everybody's just like, African Americans are so angry, white people are so racist, they cannot be friends, blah blah blah. For me, it was like, why is everyone vexing? Let me actually study like what it is and what's up, what's going on. And from reading the books and, you know, learning about who wrote them and learning way more about like that point in time, you get to understand a lot of how different demographics think and what's really going on. You know, not just social media, not just what the news is telling you. You're reading like first-hand accounts of people these things happen to, so you can understand like both sides and know what people should be doing. And I mean, you never know like the right thing, but you have an idea of how you should be thinking to make change. So yeah, the whole experience was just like mind-opening. And you know, America, like I got to travel a lot in the country, and every state is different.
Seriously,
you meet a different breed.
Like whenever
you
say you went to the states, people are like, oh, they think New York, LA is like, no, Michigan is a different.
It's way different,
which is completely different from Texas, which is completely different.
No, I mean, it's like, even in California, going to San Francisco and going to LA are two different things.
Totally different vibes. New York, upstate New York, and like Manhattan are not even the same states.
Yeah,
I mean, at that point.
So I like that because like it was convenient to travel, and you know, it's literally like so many options at your fingertips. So that's my last like, which you can piggyback on and like say all the
so piggyback on. I mean, I was going to say like the American education system. Like I went specifically, I was pre-med, so I was supposed to go to med school. So I've always been the kind of person who I just can't do one thing. Like, you know how some people are just like, they're just really into arts or just really into biology. That was never me. I've always been really into everything. Like I have like 15 things that I'm just like really interested in. So like the idea of going to school in Nigeria or in the UK where it's like you're studying medicine and that's what you're doing kind of stressed me out. So I actually chose to go to a liberal arts college in the States, majority for this reason, because I knew that I would be taking, like, you have a core and that core includes classes in everything. Like, so I mean, I enjoyed every single class, and I would literally say that I wanted to change my major after every class I took. Like when I took my art history class, I was like, I want to be an art history major.
Nah, I bombed that class, guys. Like I actually had to cancel it. Like I had to take another class to cancel it.
Oh my god.
I enjoyed it, but I failed.
I loved art history, and literally my art history prof was like, you should be an art historian, because that's how much like interest and like time I put into it, because I loved, and she loved me. Hi guys, sorry if we moved, but the battery died, so we had to re everything, basically.
But so like whenever there's like a project or like a job, the randomest thing ever, I will know something about it.
Exactly. And like I didn't even end up going to med school in the end, like, and I don't think I will. Like I don't think that's what I'm supposed to do anymore. So imagine if I had been like, you know, 7 years into, or I mean like, or 4 years into, because it took 4 years, like 4 years into just like med school, and I realized at that point like, oh, I don't know if this is like what I'm supposed to be doing. It would have been so late, but now I feel like it would have been so hard, right? So I took my science classes, but I also took like sociology, anthropology, such a wide range of classes and they like really shape the way you think, because you're not thinking just as a doctor or whatever, but even if you're a doctor, you're thinking as a doctor but like in context of all these other things. And I feel like, I don't know, this is probably going to get too much, but like I feel like the solution to the world's problems are like complex and they're like multidisciplinary.
I need like holistic thinking.
So you can't just like fix poverty by looking at food. Like it's so much broader, for example, or any issue. So I feel
nothing
like
is one-sided.
Nothing is one-sided.
Everything is multifaceted.
Right. So I feel like we're the kind of people now that we're way more strategic in the way we think. We think
Look
critically.
at you. Oh my critical.
No, sorry. Very critical, please. Don't try it. But yeah, like we're just like more better critical thinkers. Like we see the world in a more like holistic way, and I just like really appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you like this video and you want to see more, sit down, like, comments, ask us questions about going to school abroad. If you're in the stage where you're about to, you're thinking of it, or you just have questions in general, ask us.
So all of you that are about to go, your parents are always calling me, come and talk to my child, tell them what it's like. If you want to know firsthand,
that's it.
Tell us to tell you more.
Exactly. Ask us more. I mean, you can ask us practical stuff like SAT, TOEFL, how we applied, technical things, the application process, what it's actually like living.
When your FOB was fresh off the board, like what's going on.
If you're thinking of going to school,
even if you've traveled before,
right? It's different. So, living there by yourself.
This has been a long ass outro. Bye guys.